Hey, what's up, everybody? This is episode number 11. Today, we're having a special guest on the show. He's a superstar in the industry, coming from a background that most of you guys probably can relate with, because he hasn't been through the trials and tribulations of criminal and drinking and all that stuff like I did. He actually came from a position of higher education and realized there's actually more opportunity out there than what was in front of him at the time. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my CEO or co-CEO of Passive Income Blueprints, Antony Arfine. What's up, brother? How you doing this morning, man?
What's up, guys? Awesome to be here today. Absolutely love being here. And thank you, Eric, for bringing me on and, just putting together this awesome show for everybody, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about bringing the value and bringing the vision too. It's not all about the money all the time. That's kind of nice, but it's also getting an understanding of where people come from and the different walks of life and what the capabilities are inside this industry. So, man, with that being said, I just want to have you explain to everybody of kind of your name, obviously, and where you've come from, and your journey up to this point. And then we'll just kind of dive deep into there, and people that inspired you and kind of your success from when you first started not too long ago till now. And we'll just wrap it from there.
Yeah, sure, brother. So basically, like as Eric said, right? Like I didn't come from a super crazy hardship background. Like most people do, right? They usually say that the people who see the most success are the ones who go through like the most hardships and struggles. And I'll be honest right now, I did not go through any hardships or struggle at all. Compared to like what Eric's background is, or even Barb's. Like they came from crazy stuff and they overcame that. But like me, I literally, like, the reason why I started is because I just literally did not want to work for anybody else. It's like that simple. Like when I graduated high school, I got a delivery job thanks to my mom. I was working at a pharmacy delivering some pharmaceutical goods to people's houses and stuff. So I'm over here in New York, so I would just be traveling by train. I would be in crazy weather, like here and there. Like sometimes it was snowstorm, sometimes it's rain, sometimes it was just beaming like 100 degrees out, and I would be sweating like crazy. But yeah, like when I was doing that, that's when I realized like I didn't want to always do this every single day. And at the time, fresh out of high school, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, like, yeah, I don't want to do this. College is going to be the route. Like college is going to be the one thing that's going to save me from this, that's going to help me to overcome this. And then I go to college. I originally wanted to go for architecture, mainly just because that's what I was learning in high school. That's what I was good at. And I didn't get accepted into the program. So what I did is that I went into economics, and that's what I was doing in high school. And then from there, while learning economics, I feel like I'm really not learning anything about the real world. Like they say over and over, you go to school for like 12 plus years, right? Like kindergarten all the way to 12th grade in high school, and then you got college, and you don't really ever learn anything about money. And I didn't realize how true that was until I went to college. Like it's absolute BS. I would literally go on a rant just for college, but if it wasn't for my college experience, I probably wouldn't have had the mindset that I have today, because I had a job before high school. Like I had a job after I graduated high school and figured college would be the way out. I go to college, realize college is not the way out. It's just a place to keep you trapped and stuck for the rest of your life. Now, I know that just like most of you, like you want your family, you want your wife, your children, spouse, like whatever it is, to have like an amazing life. That's exactly what I wanted for my girlfriend, even my parents and stuff. So like my girlfriend was a very motivating factor for me, just for getting started. She encouraged me, like even when I was very scared to do certain things. I remember when I was leaving my delivery job, she actually motivated me to go and do something else. And if it wasn't for her going with me to that interview, I probably would have never even went anyways. And then like have a wider perspective, like even just have a perspective in sales. And I feel like that's another thing that probably helped me in this journey as well, which was really cool. Now, when I first started out, like she was the one person who like knew everything that I was doing. And as you guys know, like you gotta have somebody who's gonna like push you and like go that extra level. So the only people who knew when I first started out was my girlfriend as well as my parents, and they supported me all the way, which I'm very happy for. Now, not most families like do that, but I was very fortunate to have that going on. So while I'm posting every single day, by the way, I started back in what was it, Eric? I think it was December 2021, right? When it
Mm-hmm.
first started. Yeah. So December 2021, I believe it was December 23rd to be exact. That's when I officially started. And before that, I had told myself in the beginning of January 2021 for 12 whole months, okay, I'm going to start. I need to have this done, this done, and this done. And I just never started in the first place. So the thing that got me started was the fact that I was in my last semester of college, and I was like, okay, I have to either make this work. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to either a delivery job or doing something else and just being like stuck in a place where I don't want to be. So that's when I was like, you know what? I have to make this work. I literally gave it my all. I burnt all bridges. I was like, I have to make this work. Otherwise, this is just not going to go anywhere at all.
Right.
And then within the next 90 days after that, like I completely had a crazy transformation. And then now I'm doing this full time, fresh out of college. Well, not fresh out of college now, but it's like I was pursuing this when I had graduated, and I'm still pursuing this now. And I see myself pursuing this for the next like 5-10 years, unless I branch out into doing other things. But I don't know, man. Like, this is just an awesome experience overall. Like, and as I said, dude, I didn't have any hardships. All I did was have that motivation to really just drive and go that extra mile. I burnt all bridges, and I was like, dude, I got to make this work. So I did.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just amazing. You just recently graduated college, not but a year ago. And so you're still a younger guy, right? How old are you?
22 years old.
So you're 22 years old. You graduated college. And the reason why you graduated college was because you told yourself you're going to complete it, right? Regardless of what you learned, it was a good experience either way because it taught you how to stay consistent, right? How to show up when you need to show up and pass your exams. So you took that knowledge and that base of college, the structure of it, and you've seen that there's more opportunity out there working online. And that's when you kind of took charge. Your girlfriend inspires you to do so. So when you took charge, what was that first opportunity that you took charge on? Because you kind of fell in some good hands. I know that with, you've done your due diligence, you've done your research, and you found a good product and a good mentor. But what was the very first thing, as being that you think 20 years old at the time, what was the very first opportunity you jumped in? And, what was that kind of journey what did that look like for yourself?
Gotcha, man. Yeah. So there's quite a few things I jumped into, like even before that probably helped me to get where I am today right now. But I'll just like get straight to the point a little bit. So I always try to learn to do something new, like a new different skill or a new different side hustle. And I always try to do it new, but I also try to do it for free. Now that was a big problem that on my end. And I know like the reason why I tried to do it for free is because I was young. I had a fear of failure. I didn't want to go like lose a ton of money and then be like, oh man, this didn't work out, something like that, right?
Right.
So after not seeing success over and over again in different things that I was trying, especially since I was doing it for free, that might be another reason why. Because it's like if you were just able to go to YouTube or go to Google, everybody would be able to do the same thing and then learn. So that's what I was doing for marketing specifically. I was on YouTube, I was in Facebook groups, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff as much as I can, literally for free. And that's when I had gotten a mentor, when I really wanted to take this like seriously. And you already know who it is, who we signed up with and stuff. And honestly, like that was the motivating thing that changed like everything for me. And I kid you not, within the very first week of being in that mentorship, that program, everything I learned for the past 12 months online for free in other people's Facebook groups, on Google, in Reddit, like literally everywhere, I learned 10 times more within a paid program compared to there. And I think that's the reason why I was able to like excel and go so far, because I was like, dude, I need to make this work and like get this going. So let me stop fishing for free information, because if I want to get anywhere, I got to pay to get there. Basically, I got to pay for the lifestyle that I want. Like that's the type of thing that really helped me to go there.
Absolutely. So from when the time you got our mentor, when did you see your first 10K after you got your mentor?
That was about like 90 days in. And like the information, it was really solid. And I feel like the information out there, anybody would be able to, hit that 10K mark, right? Like, but even if it's within 90 days and stuff. But not everybody, I feel, is going to unless they're motivated enough to do it. So it's like you have the information and you have the tools, but it all still comes down to you to implement it. So like if I feel like if I didn't implement, if I didn't, push myself forward every single day, I probably wouldn't have hit those goals. I had the tools. It was just on me to use it. So
Right.
it's like the same way a construction worker, they have the tools, but not every construction worker can build a nice looking house or something like that, or a functional house.
And indeed, absolutely. I want to touch on the topic of, when you were going down the rabbit hole of YouTube and Google, a lot of people will think they can go to YouTube and Google to learn how to build a house, right? Right. You go to Google and YouTube to learn how to put a light socket in. And so, that's the difference between the two. And then you found a mentor and you made your first 10K in 90 days. And from that point forward, you just kept scaling up, right? And so I've seen you in other communities and you're promoting other products and you're doing very well with it, right? And so I was like, man, I got to figure out what this kid's got, what he has going on. And so, how me and Antony met was inside of a mastermind community, but how we actually got together to where he's co-CEO of Pathway Come Blueprints was I needed help inside the business. And there's a lot of things that he was really good at. That's branding. That's really good at messaging. That's really good at connecting with his audience. And I seen that he was a workhorse as well. And so I absolutely had to get him on the team. And that's kind of like how this all transpired through his drive, his determination. And also the proof is in the pudding, the amount of money he made in a short period of time. It showed myself and it showed myself again that, hey, what I'm learning does work because he's learning the same stuff. And not only that, it's a duplicatable process. And so I know for sure you've already went from 10K to 20K months to 30K months. Now what are you hitting per month now? And this has only been 2 years.
Dude, we are hitting consistent 6-figure months now, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, I'll tell you this right now, Eric. I don't think I would have been able to hit these consistent 6-figure months alone. And the reason why I say this is because we need to master our skills at first. Like we're starting off, we're mastering certain stuff, but at some point, it's like you're gonna need somebody or like probably a team or something with you to help you scale to those next, those next milestones. So honestly, without you, Eric, I don't feel like I would be in the position that I am now, hitting those 6 figures, because you have, like 12 hours throughout the day that you're focusing and building on stuff. I have 12 hours that I'm focusing on building and stuff. So with both of us, working together, we're able to knock out like five days worth of stuff that I would have been doing by myself alone. So honestly, dude, like I really do appreciate you for everything that you've done for not only myself, but for everybody else inside of the community as well.
Oh
Appreciate
man,
that.
no problem. And so it's a great thing that we recognize each other's talents, right? And that's great, right? But the thing of it is when we're talking about a new person coming into this, because they don't always have that mindset, right? And I do appreciate the kind words, because vice versa, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without you, my brother. I promise you, right? Because I needed somebody in my corner that was going to drive. But it's all about that, having that little bit of mindset. When people are getting into this in this business, it's great to try to make 10K in 90 days, but what I really want to talk about, especially right now, is the mindset that it took to achieve that goal, right? Your daily schedule. There's different things that I see people online right now. They've been doing for 6 months and never even have maybe somebody click on their link or even have one commission, and been doing this for 6 months. And I think it all boils down to mindset. So what was your mindset like daily, and what was your routine, to achieve that even 10K in 90 days? What were you doing daily?
Gotcha, man. Yeah, that's a really awesome question, honestly. So now at the time, I was in college, so I was there like different times throughout the day. So I would always have to constantly change up my schedule. So for example, I might have 1 or 2 classes that might take maybe 2 or 3 hours for the day. So I would probably be going in at 10 o'clock in the morning, my time, and then getting back home maybe like 2 o'clock my time. That was on some days. And then maybe like the very next day, I would be there like literally all day. I would wake up at like 5 in the morning, get there for 8 o'clock in the morning, and then not even be home until maybe like 6 or 7 at night. So there was different times where I would always have to work on something, but I knew whenever I had free time, that's when I would work on the revenue generating activities. So there's quite a few revenue generating activities. This will be duplicatable across multiple businesses, but for this specific business, like education and stuff, you're going to want to focus on content creation to like get your name, get eyeballs on your content. You're going to want to focus on having conversations, whether that's going to be, like phone calls, DMs, emails, whatever that is. And then right after that, you're also going to want to try to like maybe at least build a community. So this way that like not everybody who's ready to buy right away at least has a spot where they can connect with you and they can build that relationship with you. So those are my 3 revenue generating activities that I focused on every single day. It might be different for somebody else, but that's what it was for me. So every single day, I would at least try to push out 3 videos. I would wake up, like do my regular morning routine, everything like that. And then the very first thing before I do anything else, when I first started out, was getting videos out, because I told myself, if I ever feel, unmotivated or anything like that, if my boss or if my professor told me, hey, Antony, get this done by this time, I'm going to get that done by that time. So it's like, I got to hold myself accountable to that same like type of thing. So if I were to dread doing something, but my professor or boss told me to do it, I'm going to do it either way because I have to. So I got to show myself that same respect when I'm, creating videos or doing something else. So that's when I would create videos every single day. I would also try to start conversations every single day and then also keep my community going every single day. So like that's literally all I did. Those 3 combinations every single day with the minimal time I had sometimes. So now my mindset for this was that I have to keep pushing all the time, right? So like whenever I got the opportunity, whether I'm walking to the train station, walking home, just walking into my house, just even sitting down for a break, like whatever it was that I had some downtime, I would either write down an idea to make for later or pop the video right on the spot, or even just continue conversations. Like I remember sometimes like I would probably even be in class and be like, okay, I got to send this person a message before I forget later. And I would do that like during the time. So it's like whenever I get free time, that's when I'm doing stuff. And that probably adds up to maybe like 2, 3, 4 hours that I'm working on it a day. And although it's not consistent throughout the day where it's like, okay, I'm setting 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. It was more of like maybe 10 minutes, hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes here, like all throughout the day. And that's what I was doing because I was just so determined to get this to work. Yeah. So like I cut out Netflix, I cut out TV. Like I don't even watch TV anymore. Like I gotta force myself to sometimes watch TV or even play games now.
Yeah, and I know how that goes. So, just to wrap the young minds around that, that's really not that much. You're going to college, right? You're doing the work thing. And then whenever you had time, going to the train station, on the train, whatever it was, that was when you would do your videos, because that was like a break in your day, like, kind of like an intermittent moment that you had. And so you basically worked on your content, who you're messaging. Now, who did you target? So you're a younger guy, right? And that's a big thing is like the younger people. They're like, I don't know who to target. I don't have life experience. I don't know. Are people going to believe what I say? Or how are they going to listen to me? So what's your advice for that? It's great to do the 3 videos a day, but now we get into the spot is like, who are you targeting at the time? Like, what was your messaging?
Yeah, dude. So at the time, when I first started my account, I didn't know exactly who I was targeting because I didn't know like what was going to work at the time.
Okay.
So while I was, trying to figure out and dial in my message, for like those first 30 days, I just straight up pushed out straight value-based content, right? So it's like those type of videos where people would like save it for quick tips or be like, oh, wow, this person providing a ton of value.
Gotcha.
And it's like all for free. It's like the type of stuff that people would be like, whoa, that just blew my mind. So that's the type of content I was putting out first, right? Just trying to build some good rapport with the audience and stuff. So I actually switched my avatar, my messaging, my target audience quite a few times to see like what's going to work for me. Now, the things that kind of worked for me, like especially since I'm young. So I was targeting a little bit of college students at the time. Now that's kind of almost a double-edged sword when it comes to like my target audience, because these people are young. Like some of them are in college debt. Like some of them they're going to college the safest thing to do, honestly, is just to get a job, not, like start off and pursue something on the side. So that's what I started to notice. So what I started to do is I started to switch my messaging. Instead of being so general, like with just college students,
Okay.
it's more of like college students who are, like tired of all the BS, right? Or like college students who don't know what to do after college, or people that just graduated and still not finding their way through it.
Okay.
Now I'm finding people in the same situation as me, same
All
mindset
right.
as me. So it's not like, okay, cool, like, this and that. And I would reach those people by putting out controversial statements specifically about college education. So that's what I was getting there. Now I tried my other target audience, like delivery workers and stuff like that. That really didn't work out too well with me. Probably just because I'm young. That might be a thing, but you always gotta like take consideration for yourself. So I didn't blame the algorithm, nothing like that. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting traction with this. I'm not getting traction on these type of angles. Let me try something else different with another type of background. And that's what I was going with. Now, here's another thing too. Like when targeting college students at the time, I was sometimes getting some really young people, and that's fine, right? But then another thing too is that I would get some college students and then they sometimes wouldn't have any funds. So I had to change my messaging on there a little bit. I had to target some people who actually had like some money and stuff. So sometimes I would say, sometimes, like turn your savings into, like X, Y, Z, right? Stuff like that. So like turn your savings into a second income stream, something like that. So now I'm targeting people who have a savings account, not people who don't have anything at all. So like instead of targeting people like, hey, are you in student debt, right? Which that's most of America, probably like 76% of America or something like that. That's just a random number. Like, don't quote me on that.
Right.
But yeah, like a lot of
lot.
America is in debt. So like if I'm targeting people that are in debt, they're most likely not going to be willing to invest in themselves. However, if I'm targeting people who do have money and saying stuff like that, like here's a great example for maybe real estate. This is something from Grant Cardone that I've saw. He targets people who have 401ks and then wants to like help them build real estate. So he'd be like, have a 401k. This is how you're going to build real estate with it. So now he's targeting people with 401k with like millions inside of their account.
Gotcha.
To turn it into real estate. So you got to find where your audience is and then say the exact message that's going to help relay with them. And now all of these messages, like went off the charts or like brought me the type of people. I had to test different angles. So I was tweaking different words inside of my message until it worked. So if something didn't work for me, I didn't just go, oh man, this didn't work, let me just ditch it. I was like, okay, no, let me try this angle. Let me keep this the same and test this different angle until it did work. And then that's when it like really started coming out for me. Now, sorry for that, like long thing, but I feel like a lot of people had to hear that part.
Yeah, for sure. So basically you're finding a pain point in the market, which would be, hey, I don't know what to do after college, right? I don't really like college, or or whatever. Hey, I'm ready to do something different. I don't even know why I majored in this in the first place. So you're finding that pain point, and then you're offering a vehicle or a solution to that pain point, right? And so since you're in that current situation, you know how to resonate entirely with what you're going through. Now, how many people do you think are in college in the United States, as an example? Like millions, right? Billions, millions and millions, right? So out of those millions, can you say at least 20% maybe feel that way that you feel?
Dude, I would say way more than 20%.
Okay, so we'll say 40%, right? We'll just be lenient. So we'll say 40% of the people feel the way you feel that are in college currently, right? And out of millions of people, so 40% out of the millions, that's tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, right? If you just put your content out there, one video, and it were to reach 100 people that day that felt that same way, that had a little bit of a savings, that didn't know what they're going to do after college, you're the one they're going to be talking to, right? Because you hit those emotional pain points. Hey, I'm tired of being in college. Man, this dude's talking about he's just in college and he's making 10K a month and he has a vehicle to solve my problem. That's absolutely amazing. And that's so much gold nuggets right there, guys. If you guys did not take notes on that, please do. That's going to increase the people that are going to engage on your content. Absolutely powerful. So now that we've kind of like, we've manifested really from going from college kid to, in a sense, young man that's, an entrepreneur and actually seeing success. What is the best, like, I guess, what has been the best learning lesson during this process, right? What does that look like? What's that learning lesson had been to you, or that epiphany moment when you kind of just woke up or that you learned something and like everything changed?
Yeah, dude. This is something that always sticks with me, and I learned this quite early on in my journey, and I'm pretty happy to have known this. But this is like what I've lived by for the past few months. This is still what I live by today. But it's valuing relationships over revenue. So what I mean by that is that I don't go into a conversation like, "Hey, this is going to be a sale for me coming up." Right? I'm going into the conversation like, "Okay, how can I help this person? How can I give this person an aha moment that somebody else hasn't given them, that a video hasn't given them?" Because if I'm able to provide them with a quick tip that they can either implement right away inside of their business, or even just help them out in the smallest bit, or just like, blow their mind within a short 5-minute time period or something, they're going to end up coming back to me, for my information later on. Because a lot of people like to gatekeep a lot of information. You already know that. Like a ton of people gatekeep, especially even when they pay for stuff. However, I'm not afraid to just drop straight value bombs. Like the other day, um, I was in the DMs with this lady, and she asked me for some help on something. I sent her a Loom video real quick. It just took a few seconds of my time. She ends up, like investing with us just because of me helping her out compared to what other people didn't do. And that only took like literally less than 5 minutes of my time. So if you're able to provide those aha moments, those quick wins, and build that relationship, literally the revenue will come over time. So just don't be money hungry. Just look for a way to provide the most value possible in the shortest time possible. And that's really just going to not only save you a bunch of time, but also make you a ton of money in the process.
So what if a person can't feel like they can provide value? What if they're brand new and somebody does want some help and they do know the answer? How do you, I guess, reassure somebody they do have value and they can teach somebody something? Like, because that's a lot of people's mindsets. I don't want to get on a DM, or I don't want to get on a call, or I don't even want to comment back because I don't know how to answer, right? Kind of expand on that too, on, I guess, people's value and how they can teach or help somebody.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's create a situation, right? Let's say that I'm creating TikTok videos and you're a viewer, right? Let's just say that there's the situation where I'm creating videos and I see you. Let's say I create 10 videos and I see you like 3 of them, right? Let's say you like 3 of them. That means you like my content. That means you know who I am. You like some of my stuff. And let's say I give you a follow request, right? Because you're not following me at this time, and I follow, and then you finally follow me back. Now I can message you. So once I message you, right, and then like the situations transpire, automatically just because I know automatically just because you like 3 of my videos that I'm somewhere at a higher level than you, at least, right, in some type of way. So I know a little bit more information about a certain topic than you know, and I'm going to go back to those videos, look at what you liked. So maybe that video was talking about, I don't know, Facebook, right, or even social media. I know right then and there, I know a little bit more about social media than you. So now I know that I can help you with social media. So a lot of people think that just because, they have conversations or something like that they don't know a lot. No, that's not the truth. It's like, even if you're like right here and maybe somebody else is all the way up here, that person liking your video or even following your stuff is down here. They're a level below you in some way, shape, or form, or like around the topic or something like that,
Got it.
right? So you're still always going to be able to help somebody, even if it's just a small bit. Hey, how do I create a video, right? You made that video. You can help them create that video. That's value right there that you can help somebody else with. So a lot of people think that, oh, just because I don't know everything in the world, like I don't know everything in the world, I still got a crap ton more to learn, and I'm ready to learn, but I know that I can still help other people achieve the results that I've achieved in the past, and even just help them on the journey. So
Got
like,
you.
there's just a ton of things that you'd be able to help people out with, even if you're just like literally one step above. You're that one step above, they're that one step below. Help them get to that same level as you.
Yeah, it's even like, as an example, getting on this Go Show live for your first time, you just got educated more than say the next person. So if you were to share this live like right now, whoever's going to resonate with what you're, I guess, sharing. Oh, there's another show, or there's a show on value and maybe business or whatever it is. Now you just educated somebody else. So that right there, you just actually provided value, right?
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
you're basically
exactly.
a chapter below somebody, or people are chapter below you are the ones that are going to be learning. And as you keep scaling up, the people are going to keep following you. So everybody you keep influencing is still going to be a little below you. So it doesn't matter if it's making a TikTok video or if it's, or if it's even setting up your very first TikTok account, you just teach somebody that or show somebody that you could do that. There's people, millions of people that never started their first TikTok account, and you literally could teach them that. So you become the teacher. I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly. And well, one of the things I want people to do in this chat right now, right? Because like here's another thing I want to mention too. Implementation is the number one thing that's really going to move the needle in your business, right? So you can have all the information in the world and you can consume, but if you don't implement, you're not going to get anywhere, right? Like that's exactly why I didn't get anywhere for the past 12 months in 2021. All I did was consume, never implemented. Where am I?
Yep.
Still stuck at 0. So what I want for the people to do right now here in this live is actually take some of the tips, like as Eric was saying, take this one tip specifically. I kid you not, you might even make some sales from it. Speak about the relationships over the revenue, right? To where it's like, provide value to your audience, and in return, you will see revenue. If you make that in your, if you even just put that message in your content, even start, like working around that, like, in your conversations and stuff like that, that's really going to go far. So just take that one tip, relationships over revenue, even just make a video on it if you want to. You're going to stand out from the crowd. I kid you not. If there's going to be anything that you take from here, it's going to be that one thing. And then by implementing, that's the second thing that I want you to take. There's going to be a few things that I want you to take from here too, but those are probably the two most important things.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like what I learned early on, and it was from our mentor, was that, he didn't want me to go through the course like once and then just like go back through it. He wanted me to go through it, literally have my laptop open. And as he's teaching it, I'm implementing it at the same time. And so I'm listening to it, I'm learning, and then I'm doing. And even if I make a mistake, I'm gonna have to go back to that video and recorrect myself, right? So that's a good gold nugget too. When you jump into any program out there, any course, don't spend your time just going through it and not taking action, because you'll get stagnant and you'll get bored and you'll forget on what you learned in chapter 1 or module 1. So as you jump into a course, don't worry about what's in the rest of the course. Don't worry about what you're going to learn. Just know that information is there for a reason, and that person scaled to 6 figures for a reason, right? So jump into that course and just take direct action. Don't look ahead. Just take action step by step. That's what I did. That's why I think I scaled so fast, is because of immediate action. When I learned something on a mastermind, I immediately wrote it down, or during the mastermind, if I had an idea, I would take action right then. So that goes out for anybody out there. If you're in a program, in a course, doesn't matter if you're on YouTube and you're learning something, don't scroll 500 people's content, take action on that one video, whatever it is, and you will see a lot more success. You will find failure a lot faster, but within failure, you'll find more opportunity as well, right? Because we run into failure of some kind each day, every day, even myself and you included, right? We just have to figure a strategy around that, and that's what makes us entrepreneurs. That's what separates us from being different, right? Because there's a different breed of people that, an entrepreneur than a person that's a work slave, I guess, per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. That's awesome, bro. Implemented, you go. Yeah. So now we're coming in 2023. We have launched 2 different programs now. We have the 12-day masterclass, and then we have the Roadmap to Success, which is a coaching program. So let's just talk about, since it's me and you, let's talk like you're in the 12-day, you and Bar run that pretty much by yourselves, and I don't really touch it at all. So let's talk about what the 12-day is and how, and who can benefit from that.
Yeah, dude. So, the 12-day masterclass, it's basically put together for literally anybody to just hop in and then put their entire business together within 12 days or less. Now, the content itself can probably be finished within 6 days, but we don't want to rush people to go through it. We want them to take their own time. We want them to go through it, and it covers literally like everything possible. So we thought of some of our top competitors, right? And we actually put together a program that not only helps, like to get to the milestones that you want to get to, like building your accounts, building your social media, building your websites, building your funnels, getting your messaging down, like not only getting all of that put down together, but also having somebody there to answer your questions, because that's going to be a huge thing. Like while you learn something new, you're going to have questions along the way. So that's another benefiting factor that not many people have compared to, like what we have. We're there to answer your questions literally all day long if we have to in the Facebook group. We also go live, multiple times just to answer those questions and everything like that too. But that's really what it is. It's like, it's literally there for anybody who wants to earn a second income online, right? If you're tired at your job, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what's going on, you're going to need some support along your way. You're going to need some motivating factors. So it's like, if you feel any type of the way, even just fear of failing, right? Just hop into this, like test this out, try this out, see how it's going to work out for you. And this is not only something that's going to teach you marketing and sales, which by the way is the two most important things that run any business online. It's also transferable skills to any business model and stuff. So not only are you going to learn skills for the future to grow your own personal brand, to grow your own business and different stuffs like that, you're also going to have it for other business models and for other ventures. Like, honestly, it's like a business in a box, as people would say. It's all in
100%.
one
So
spot.
I guess what you can expect out of the 12-day masterclass is a full content schedule. I know what to post Monday through Sunday. There's all kinds of different features in there, giving a person that does work the 9-to-5 job an opportunity of like what to do each day. How can I put 180 minutes in my business each day? What do I need to do when I wake up? All these things that Antony was talking about on setting your routine, staying consistent, implementation. That's all available for anybody really, if you guys want to take action on that. And so that's the 12-day masterclass. That's kind of like entry level, right? That's going to give you a complete business setup. If you have the time, you can do it in 12 days, but it's for life. You get coaching one time a week. Then let's talk about the mastermind, like what takes place inside there, and what who benefits from in that. I guess anybody can benefit from both, but we have the mastermind as well. And so like with the students that are in the mastermind, what do they have going on in there? Like what do we have going on in there, I guess you could say?
Yeah, dude, that program's basically put together for people who basically want to like get similar into our situations where, we're doing this full time. They want to do this full time. So that's where, like we took everything that we wish we had when we first started, all the knowledge, all the information, all the different strategies, all the different ideas, all the support, like literally everything all in one, put like right in there. So the way you can think about it is that there's myself, Barb McGowan, and a few others inside of the program and stuff like that too, directly in your business, helping you out. So not only is it, you growing and scaling and doing stuff like that, it's us helping you to grow and scale and learn from our prior mistakes. Also what we would do in certain situations, also, just helping out in different areas and stuff like that. But not only that, it's also having the discipline, the accountability, the homework, everything like that, to put you in the mindset of a business owner. Because what sometimes people do is that they're still sort of, like in the 9-to-5 mindset, where it's like, if anything happens, they blame everybody else besides themselves, right? There's like, oh, this happened, so I'm going to blame that, or I'm going to blame that. No, like when you're an entrepreneur, you have to take blame for everything that goes on in your business. So like, that's what we do. We hold you accountable for taking blame in your business. We have you critically think about certain situations, how to solve certain situations, and just go the next level. So like, if you're really looking to make this your full-time income, like this is the way that it's going to go.
So basically they get 100% access to me, you, Barb McGowan, Robert, all kinds of other individuals inside this community. And we meet 3 times a week. And so I just want to stress on that too. That's how, I really, because I'm a hands-on learner. Honestly, I sat in front of a computer and trying to figure this out by myself for 6 months. And I needed that one-on-one help. So if you guys are hands-on learners, if you guys haven't been in school for 20 years, I definitely would look into like actually getting some one-on-one help. But that's it's a beautiful thing what we have going on here. Not only that, you get your questions answered in real time because the 24-hour chats, that's really, really great too. So talk about those chats real quick, because you pretty much designed those chats. You got 4 of them now. So what do we have going on in these chats? Explain those chats and how people are getting like literally the questions answered 24/7.
Yeah, dude. So the way we have these chats set up is that we have it designed on where people are, like either in their mindset or in their business. There's different things that comes into factor, but we have these chats set in place to where we have a main chat group where like people can communicate, people can drop like some different ideas, or maybe even just some updates. We have that, but then we have these accountability groups where it goes much more deeper into detail. So if you got assets you want us to look at, worksheets you want us to look at, questions that you got, and we check them out. We even have them, drop their TikToks and stuff so that we know who's taking action every single day, like who's going to be the ones moving the needle. We see
Super
these type of
important.
things. We also have them listing, like what they did for moving the needle in their business every single day. And, not everybody's, going to take action, but that's just how some things are. So for those that are taking action, those are the ones that are actually seeing success and stuff like that. Now, another thing too is that a lot of people, like when jumping into the program, they're going to be at different levels, but also at different stages. So for example, some people that are 6 months into our program aren't at the same level as the people who are 2 weeks into our program. So one thing we did to separate, like higher level questions from beginners, starting out, is that we actually separated those groups as well. So we have a lot of the beginners in a certain chat where they can communicate with each other and they can ask, like the beginner level type of questions without feeling too overwhelmed from the higher level questions, or feeling like they're being left behind, or feeling, like they don't know enough. Because these people that they're, like at this higher level, they have that higher level because they've been with us longer. And then these people who just came in like 2 weeks ago, they're not going to have like, those same type of questions. And this is going to like protect their mindset, but not only protect their mindset, but protect their feelings as well, where it's like, okay, I know I can do this. Okay, I'm not going to get discouraged. Okay, I'm not going to compare myself to other people, because once you start comparing yourself to other people, that's really where that's where your business sort of like drops in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great that you mentioned that community aspect, right? It's like, going into everything in life, doing it alone. It'd be a lot harder, I bet, at least for me, it would. And so having that community aspect and actually knowing where you can get your questions answered rather than going down rabbit holes of Google and YouTube it's just amazing. That's absolutely amazing, actually. So we have a few people in the community inside the live with us right now. The beginners chat. We can answer questions right now, guys. So we got a few minutes to go. But if there's any questions you guys have, go ahead and ask them now. Gailey, she says, beginners chat. Where can I do that? Where do I find that? So that beginners chat, we have 4 chats that run 24/7. And we have people from Australia to Canada, all over the place. But also our 6-figure coaches are in there as well. But that chat group specifically is in our mastermind community. And then if you want to get involved in that, and I just posted this on the bottom, I'm not going to keep blasting you guys with this link, but if you guys want more information on everything that Antony has talked about, everything, all the value that he's dropping, you get firsthand with us live 3 times a week. And you don't, it's not like we just sit there and preach at you. It's literally, we go inside your businesses, do TikTok audits, make sure that your stuff is congruent for colors, all of the stuff. And so the people that do show up have success, so that's just the way it rolls. People that show up and actually implement. So, if you guys want to catch that website, it's passiveincomeBlueprints.com. Make sure you don't forget those little dashes where they are. And then we do also go live as well on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you guys text GOATs to 21,000, you'll get automated messages or updates when we do go live about 10 minutes before. So let's see if we have any questions. Let's see here.
I saw a few rolling in before.
Yeah, right here. So are the chat groups just for the mastermind? Yes. The chat groups are only for the mastermind, guys. We have 1 day a week for the 12-day masterclass that we go live and we answer questions 1 time a week. And that's for, the entry-level program. And you can still get access to that with the www.passiveincomeBlueprints.com. But yeah, just for the mastermind, we have that available for you guys. Go ahead and let you answer this one.
How often is a 3-day training going to be done so we can bring new people each time? So I believe that 3-day training you're referring to is when we first had the webinar a few days. Last week, I believe, is when we had it. So that was like a completely separate thing. This 3-day thing that we're talking about is specifically for our higher end program. So we actually go live every single week, 3 times a week, sometimes even more than an hour for a day. But yeah, we touch up on a lot of things.
My guy, what's up, Jason? How you doing, brother? Let me see here. They got me up at 5 o'clock twice a week for live shows. Love it. Yeah. So So it's one of those things that we put a lot of time and energy into what we do each day, and we provide as much value as we possibly can. So, if you guys are interested in any of these opportunities, just let us know, reach out to us. This is more about bringing the value. But since I had Antony on here, I wanted to talk more about inside of the program and give you guys like an inside scoop, because a lot of people have questions all the time, and we're not there to answer them all the time. We're just telling you to jump on a call. The reason why is because we want to make sure that you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. Because, not even if somebody came to me with $50,000 in cash, and they were not a good fit, and I don't think they would have success with my program, or our program, then I would not take their money. And that's just the way it boils down, because it's more than that. I've made the money now. It's more about, can this person have success? Are they have the right mindset? And you do have to have a certain type of mindset getting into this. You have to have a why you're doing this in the first place. It's not because I just want to make a whole bunch of money. There has to be a bigger why than that. Because if that's the why, you won't make nothing, right? And so those are the questions that we ask and pre-qualify, just to make sure that, you can have success just as much as we want to have success for you. Thank you, brother. Hey, Sling, it's a blessing having you in the community as well, my brother. I believe I had the blueprints. Do you have a live chat for that? So you have the blueprints. So I'm not sure. We don't have the blueprints. I have something called the roadmap. So if you're with Legendary, that's the blueprints there. If you're in the 12-day masterclass, there's no chat groups there. That's one time a week in a mastermind, right? And I'll share, yeah. And then so for the mastermind, that's where the chat groups are at. Explain all the 4 levels of training, the different 4 levels of training. Antony, I'm not sure what you mean exactly, Robbie, about the 4 levels.
What I assume he's asking for, like, different levels of training is probably the differences between the masterclass and the roadmap.
Okay.
That's probably it.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
So yeah, so for the 12-day masterclass, if that's what you're looking to jump into, that's basically where you have the program and we help you to get from, like A to B in certain points inside of your business. So we thought of, like the quickest way to basically just get you started and provide some information. So that's what we gave to you. We gave to you just quick and straight to the point information just to get started within the 12-day masterclass. And we know that you guys would have some questions. So we have a Facebook group that's running 24/7 that's answering your questions. Now, yes, we do sleep sometimes. So sometimes we might answer it, like late at night. Sometimes we might answer early in the morning, but just know that we always answer your questions like throughout the day and then even just the very next morning. So it's always going to be there. Like I can go there right now. There will probably be 0 questions waiting to be answered because Barb probably already answered all of them. So now that's what the 12-day masterclass is, and it's just straight up Q&A. Now for the mastermind, this is where we go in depth. So we provide like a higher level, curriculum. Yeah. So it's like we provide a ton more information, a ton more strategies. We teach a lot more social media platforms. Like it goes all around for what you need to know for not only just scaling your business, but just like taking it literally to the next level. It's like putting fuel on the fire. That's what the mastermind is. Now, another thing too is that we don't just do Q&A in the mastermind. We assign homeworks. We do like role play sometimes. I think last night we probably did a little bit of role play, which was pretty cool. But yeah, like we just go that extra step for you guys. And like if you ever need training or whatever, like we literally make it for you either on the spot because we either already have it done or it's on the spot. Like there's just so much that we got going on in there. But yeah, I don't want to, like just go hard on selling you guys this stuff, but like the value's like literally there. But
yeah, awesome so the 12-day is going to give you everything you need for your business to get going. All questions answered, all tools, resources in one spot. The masterclass, the masterclass, but the mastermind, the coaching is direct access to 6-figure coaches. Your questions get answered right in real time because we know how important it is to move and scale in your business. And then we do all the audits and all that stuff. So it's one-on-one contact with 6-figure coaches working with you for life because the program is for life as of right now. So whoever gets grandfathered in right now, I'm not saying I'm going to change it past, for life, but there's some stuff in the future is going to take place when we offer more one-on-one help and it's more strategic, like where you work with us specifically one-on-one. But, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Dylan.
Yeah, pretty much. Get shit done. Absolutely, brother.
I see quite a few people in here. Does anybody have any questions specifically, like, relating to their business or anything that they would want to know or even help to grow? Because we got, 10 minutes left, Eric, before we have
we
to
got about 10 minutes. I have to jump on a call, so I want to maybe wrap it up in 5. I have
Got
to
you.
prepare for a call here in a second, but yeah.
Got you. No worries.
Questions, drop them.
Yeah, guys, drop any, value-based questions, like literally whatever you drop. We're not holding back any information at all. You guys got 5 minutes. So for those that are on here right now, take this time to really go that next level with your business if you want.
Any questions, guys? Any questions at all? It's just a blessing to get on here anyways and just drop value and just talk about what we have going on and letting other people know we're not superhuman. I came from construction. He just came from college. And, things do happen if you just take initiative and let your guard down a little bit and not think everything is like shisty or a scam, because it's not always like that, right? Let's do our due diligence, do our research, and look into the opportunity. Look and see if there's results from that opportunity or from that product or service, right? Do your due diligence. Keep coming back to our live shows. We do these Tuesdays and Thursdays. We drop all kinds of value. Literally, if you just sat at our live shows and took notes every time, you could probably not even have to invest in any program at all, truthfully, But, if you want one-on-one contact with us and you want to get going, that's just how we roll. All right. So I don't think I see one-on-one coaching. Did I mention one-on-one coaching? Possibly in the future, specifically one-on-one, but that's here in the next maybe 6 months or something possible. I'm going back to my one-on-one coaching possibilities. Yes. Real people, real stories. PIB. Yep. So other than that, guys, we have all kinds of opportunity going on right now. We have some promotions going. So if you guys want to jump in, we have all kinds of giveaways we're doing. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You just have to take action and find out what they are, right? I think it's going to be lasting, today or tomorrow? That's it? Or when is it ending?
I believe maybe tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow, you guys want to jump in earlier than sooner. But other than that, if you guys have any questions, make sure you comment below, as we will get back to all of them. I appreciate everybody that, shows up. I appreciate you, Antony, for sure, just taking us on this ride. It's been definitely a journey and a ride this past year, and just only going to get better. And 2023 is going to be nuts. And 2024, I can't even imagine, right? So, yeah. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Antony, if you want to take us out, I don't see any questions coming through. So we'll go ahead and take us out, wrap it up, and I get on to my next meeting.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So for, everybody still here checking this stuff out, remember the number one things that we spoke about today. Relationship over revenue. Make sure that you guys are implementing, just make sure that you're showing up as the real you. Don't expect to be the perfect person or the perfect guru. Like for example, like right there, that's a pile of clothes right there on my bed. Like I got no problem showing that sometimes, even in content, because it shows that I'm a real person. But anyways, yeah, don't be afraid, take action, implement, and hold yourself accountable for a lot of things. Because remember, if your boss or your professor tells you to do something, damn well you're going to do it. So give yourself the respect and start building your own brand, building your own business, and just taking yourself to that next level. But yeah, thank you for having me, Eric. It's been really awesome.
100%, my brother. Guys. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you, Antony, once more. We'll do this again, I'm sure. A lot of things coming in the future for PIB and all the students inside of PIB. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.